Complex anterior cruciate ligament revision and lateral extra-articular tenodesis with Achilles tendon allograft. The monoloop technique. The authors declare no conflict of interest. This is our personal technique for a one-stage revision of ACL reconstruction in the setting of extensive bone loss using an Achilles tendon allograft with a large calcaneus bone plug. This case presented with extensive bone loss following ACL reconstruction. Preoperative CT scan shows a non-anatomic femoral tunnel being anterior to the femoral footprint. The tibial tunnel's position is semi-anatomic, and therefore it is difficult to make a new tunnel in the correct position without overlapping the existing tunnel. Preoperative examination shows a positive Ligament test, anterior drawer test, and pivot shift test. Initial arthroscopic inspection shows a chronic tear of the medial meniscus treated with partial meniscectomy. No lesions were observed in the lateral compartment of the knee. The ACL remnant is debrided, and the tibial guide is used to drill a K-wire from the anteromedial tibia towards the anatomic tibial footprint according to preoperative planning. Straight reamers of increasing diameter are passed over the K-wire, starting with 8 mm and progressing up to 12 mm. The tibial tunnel is then visualized to make sure it is at least 3/4 debrided of the previous graft and that the tunnel's wall is intact. The femoral socket is created in an outside-in fashion by introducing a K-wire under arthroscopic visualization through the anteromedial portal. The tunnel is created using progressive drills starting from a diameter of 4.5 mm up to the same diameter of the Achilles tendon graft. The graft's dimensions are case-specific. In this case, the graft prepared was 250 mm long and 10 mm wide, with a bone plug of about 12 by 30 mm. A 1.2 mm hole is drilled in the bone plug through which a 0.8 mm wire is inserted. This will be used for graft tensioning and double tibial fixation. A 6 cm incision is performed starting from the lateral femoral epicondyle towards Gerdy's tubercle. Following superficial dissection to the iliotibial band, the posterior third of the IT band is incised along the length of the lateral incision. The lateral collateral ligament is then identified. The tendon allograft is pulled from the femoral side into the joint until the bony plug is completely inside the tibial tunnel. The plug's position in the tibial tunnel is planned preoperatively since it will affect the graft's final orientation. With the knee flexed at 90 degrees, the graft is fixed with an interference screw matching the diameter of the femoral tunnel. The knee is cycled through 10 repetitions of flexion extension and placed at slight flexion with posterior drawer force applied. At this step, the metal screw is placed into the tibial tunnel. Double fixation is obtained by tying the metal wire armed on the bone plug to the monocortical screw, which acts as a post. Blunt hemostat forceps are used to pass the free end of the graft underneath the IT band and then underneath the LCL in a proximodistal fashion. A double-loaded suture anchor is inserted just distally to Gerdy's tubercle. With the knee flexed at 30 degrees and the foot in neutral rotation, the first suture is used to tie the free end of the graft to the anchor. This distalizes and adds tension to the graft. The second suture loop is used to tie a knot around the graft to bring it closer to the anchor. The fixation is reinforced anteriorly and posteriorly by suturing the graft to the overlying fascia using vicryl mattress stitches. Postoperative clinical examination shows knee stability on the Ligament test and the anterior drawer test. At the end of the procedure, proper tensioning and positioning of the ACL graft are arthroscopically checked during cycles of flexion extension. The fascia lata is then sutured. And here are the postoperative X-rays.